Story time.
The Lost Dreams Theater. Leo loved stories and magic. He was 9 years old. He lived in a small town named Willow Creek. The town was quiet, with old houses and green trees, but Leo's imagination was not quiet at all. It was loud and full of colors. He loved to read books about knights and dragons, and he loved to draw pictures of magical places, far-off lands, and brave heroes. One sunny but cool afternoon, Leo was walking home from school. He often took a different path to see new things. Today, he saw something new and very interesting. It was a very old building. He had never, ever seen it before, even though he had lived in Willow Creek his whole life. It was hidden behind tall, old oak trees and thick green bushes. The building was dark and quiet, almost like it was sleeping. It had big, wooden doors that looked very heavy, and small, dusty windows that did not let much light in. A small, faded sign above the doors said, "The Lost Dreams Theater." Leo was very curious. A theater here? He carefully pushed one of the big wooden doors. It opened slowly with a long, soft, creaking sound. Creak. The sound echoed in the quiet air. Inside, it was very dark and very dusty. The air felt old, like a forgotten secret. Leo stepped inside, his shoes making a soft sound on the old floor. He saw many old chairs. They were once red, but now the color was very faded, almost brown. They were empty and still. In front of the chairs was a big, tall stage. It was also dusty, covered in a thin layer of gray. But even in the dust, Leo could imagine bright lights, colorful costumes, and happy people laughing and clapping there. Leo slowly walked towards the stage. He touched the old, heavy, red curtain. It was thick and felt like velvet, but it was rough with age. As his hand moved, he felt something small and hard under his fingers. He moved the curtain a little more and saw it. It was a small, velvet box, dark blue, like the night sky. He picked up the box and opened it carefully. Inside, shining brightly even in the dim light, there was a single, golden key. It was old, but beautifully made and still very shiny. Leo took the key. It felt strangely warm in his hand, as if it had a small heart. Suddenly, a very soft light came from the center of the stage. It was a very pale, white light, like moonlight. And then, a voice, very quiet, like a soft breeze, spoke. "Hello, Leo. You have found the key. The key to the lost dreams." Leo jumped. He looked around quickly. No one was there, no person, no animal, just the old chairs and the stage. Who are you?" he whispered, his voice shaky. "I am the spirit of the theater," the voice said, soft and gentle. "This theater is special. It was once a place of great joy and imagination. But something is wrong. We have lost our dreams. All the beautiful dreams have gone away." "Lost dreams?" Leo asked, his brow furrowed. "How can you lose a dream?" "Yes," the voice said, sounding a little sad. Long ago, this theater showed beautiful stories. People came here to watch and to dream big dreams. But then, slowly, the dreams started to disappear. They flew away, lost in the dark. Now, the theater is empty. The dreams are lost in forgotten places, waiting. "Can I help?" Leo asked, his heart filling with a strong desire to help. He loved helping, especially with magical problems. "Yes," the voice said, a hint of hope in its tone. "The golden key can open the way. But you must be brave. You must find the lost dreams. They are hidden in forgotten places of Willow Creek. They are waiting for a kind heart to set them free. Leo looked at the golden key in his hand. It glowed a little brighter. He felt excited, a thrill of adventure. This was a real adventure, even better than his books. "Where do I start?" he asked, ready to go. "The first dream is in the whispering woods," the voice said. "It is a dream of laughter. It waits for a light heart." Leo carefully left the theater, making sure the old wooden doors closed softly behind him. He felt excited and a little bit nervous. He went to the Whispering Woods, a big forest near his town. The woods were always a little dark, even in the daytime, because the trees were so tall and thick. The leaves on the trees made soft whispering sounds, like tiny voices telling secrets. He walked slowly, looking left and right. He looked for a special place, a sign. He walked deeper into the woods and saw an old, small, wooden swing hanging from a very big, ancient tree. It looked very old, its ropes faded, but it also looked very friendly, like it had seen many children play. Leo remembered the key. He looked closer at the swing. He saw a small, round lock on the chain of the swing, hidden by some moss. It was the exact same shape as his golden key. He carefully put the golden key in the lock. It turned easily, with a soft click sound. Suddenly, a bright, golden light came from the old swing. It grew bigger and bigger, filling the space around the tree. And Leo heard it, soft, happy laughter. It was the sound of children playing, joyful and light, full of happiness. The laughter filled the woods, making it feel bright and warm, chasing away the shadows. The laughter floated into the air, becoming a sparkling, golden ball of light. The light gently floated up, up into the sky. It then started to move, slowly but surely, floating back towards the direction of the theater. "You found it. You found the first dream," the voice of the theater spirit said, sounding happy and relieved. "The dream of laughter is back. It is returning home." Leo felt so happy. He had found a dream. He had helped someone. The next day, Leo went back to the Lost Dreams Theater. The theater felt a little brighter now. The old chairs looked a little less faded, a faint hint of red returning to them. The air felt lighter. "What is the next dream?" Spirit Leo asked, eager for his next mission. "The second dream is in the silent lake," the voice said, clear and soft. "It is a dream of colors. It waits for a bright vision." Leo left the theater and went to the silent lake. It was a big lake outside his town, known for being very quiet. The water was always very still, like a gray mirror, and it looked very calm. No birds sang there, and no fish jumped. It felt a little sad. He walked around the lake, looking closely at everything. He looked for something special, a sign from the spirit. He saw an old, small fishing boat near the shore. It was old and broken, its paint faded to almost nothing. It was half in the water, half on the land. Leo looked for a lock. He saw a small, metal compass on the boat's old wooden seat. It was covered in rust, but it had a lock on its side, the exact same shape as his golden key. He put the golden key in the lock. It turned easily, with a soft click sound. Suddenly, the still water of the lake began to change. Bright, beautiful colors appeared on the surface, starting from the boat and spreading outwards. Red, blue, green, yellow, purple, orange. They swirled like a painting coming to life, mixing and dancing. It was like a giant, vibrant rainbow on the water. The colors floated up from the lake. They were a shimmering, colorful mist, like tiny, bright clouds. The mist gently floated up into the air and began to move, slowly but surely, floating back towards the direction of the theater. You found it. You found the second dream. The voice of the theater spirit said, sounding amazed. The dream of colors is back. The world will be bright again. Leo felt so amazed. The gray lake was now full of bright, happy colors, reflecting the sky. It was no longer silent. He could hear birds singing far away. Leo ran back to the Lost Dreams Theater. Now, the theater felt much brighter. The red chairs looked even more vibrant. The stage curtains had a little more red color, almost like new. Light filled the whole place, chasing away most of the dust and shadows. What is the third dream? Spirit Leo asked, his voice full of excitement. The third dream is in the old clock tower, the voice said, now stronger. It is a dream of music. It waits for a true melody. Leo went to the old clock tower in the center of his town. It was a very tall, old stone tower. Its big clock face had no hands, and it made no sound. It was always silent, a quiet giant in the town. He went inside the tower. It was dark and cold, with a damp smell. He climbed the long, spiral stairs, round and round. Up, up, up he went, his steps echoing in the quiet. At the very top, he saw the big, silent bell. It was very old and dusty, made of dark metal. It had not chimed for many years. Leo looked for a lock. He saw a small, intricate music box sitting on a stone ledge near the bell. It was tiny, made of wood, and it had a small lock on its side, the exact same shape as his golden key. He put the golden key in the lock. It turned easily, with a soft click. Sound. Suddenly, a soft, beautiful melody came from the music box. It was a magical music, sweet and clear, like a lullaby and a dance tune at the same time. It filled the tower, making the old stones feel alive and warm. The music grew louder, filling the whole town. People in the street below stopped what they were doing and listened. They smiled, and some even started to tap their feet. The music floated from the tower, like an invisible stream. It was a harmonious, invisible wave of sound. The wave floated gently back towards the theater. You found it. You found the third dream. The voice of the theater spirit said, now loud and full of joy. The dream of music is back. The town will sing again. Leo felt so happy. The silent tower was now alive with beautiful sound. He could hear people talking happily below. Leo ran back to the Lost Dreams Theater. When he pushed the doors, they opened brightly and easily. The theater was almost fully restored now. The red chairs shone brightly. The stage curtains were vibrant, a deep, rich red. Light filled the whole place, sparkling and warm. He heard soft music and happy laughter coming from the very walls of the theater. You have brought back the laughter, the colors, and the music, the spirit said, its voice now strong and clear, resonating through the theater. But there is one last dream. The most important one of all. It is hidden in the forgotten garden. What dream is it? Leo asked, feeling a mix of excitement and a little sadness that the adventure was almost over. It is the dream of stories, the voice said. Without stories, there are no dreams. The theater needs stories to live. Leo left the theater for the last time on his quest. He went to the forgotten garden. It was a very old garden behind the town library. No one ever went there. It was full of tall weeds, wild bushes, and broken statues. It felt neglected and sad. He walked carefully through the wild plants. He looked for something special, a sign from the spirit. He saw a small, broken stone bench in the middle of the garden. It was covered with green moss and looked very, very old. Leo looked for a lock. He saw a small, old book lying on the bench. Its cover was faded, almost blank. But it had a small lock on its cover, the exact same shape as his golden key. He put the golden key in the lock. It turned easily, with a soft click. Sound. Suddenly, the book opened by itself. Its faded pages began to glow with a soft, warm light. Pictures and words appeared on the pages, moving like little movies, dancing and swirling. It was like all the stories in the world, old and new, brave and funny, sad and happy, were dancing inside the book. The stories floated from the book, like a magical wind. They were a river of light and words, flowing and twisting. The river flowed back towards the theater, shining brightly in the air. "You found it, you found them all," the voice of the theater spirit said, now booming with joy and triumph. "The dream of stories is back. You have saved the Lost Dreams Theater. You have saved all the dreams of Willow Creek." Leo ran back to the theater one last time. When he pushed the doors, they opened wide and brightly. The theater was full of light and color. The red chairs shone like new velvet. The stage was beautiful, sparkling with magic. He heard soft music and happy laughter echoing from the very walls, and he could almost see the colorful mist of dreams floating in the air. The voice of the spirit spoke one last time, sounding stronger than ever. "Thank you, Leo. Because of your kind heart and bravery, the Lost Dreams Theater is ready again. People can come and dream again. The stories will live here forever, thanks to you." Leo smiled, feeling very proud and happy. He had saved the dreams. He carefully put the golden key back in the velvet box. He left it on the stage, a gift for the next dream seeker, for anyone who might need it one day. From that day on, the Lost Dreams Theater was open again. People from Willow Creek and even other towns came to see plays and hear stories. They laughed, they felt surprised, they cried happy tears, and they dreamed big, beautiful dreams. And sometimes, during a very special moment in a play, a soft, golden light would shine from the stage, and everyone in the audience would feel a little extra magic. Leo knew his secret adventure had brought magic back to his town and to the hearts of many people. And he smiled, knowing he was a true hero of dreams.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with more new stories.